Hello, my name is Erica. I am a millennial.
Hi, I'm Angie the Gen Z.
I'm another Gen Z.
Okay, and today I'm gonna go back a little bit, cause I always say in our when we're talking in the podcast, I always say, "Oh, we should talk about this. We should talk about that," but I never do. So now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk about something I mentioned previously before, and I'm gonna be discussing about Mel's Hole.
Oh, like the one in Ellensburg? Is it Ellensburg?
Yes.
Ellensburg? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I was thinking about it because I saw in Lovely Bones there was bottomless pit
Yeah.
where the guy I don't remember if the body he dropped there at the end, if that was the first person he dropped there or if that was
That was the girl that died.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if he would always drop the bodies there. Probably would. Probably everybody in the town. Oh, you should watch it. It's a good movie. Everybody in the town there would just drop junk down there, like stuff that they wouldn't want anymore, like broken
junk
stuff, like refrigerators and.
It'll be like a trash pit.
Basically, yeah. They would just pay the owner of that property money so they can drop stuff in there.
Yeah.
And he paid so he could drop the safe in there, but it's that's not the I think her name was Susie. Susie was not the first person that he had dropped in there, huh? It doesn't
I
seem
think
like
so,
it.
yeah.
Dang. So I was thinking, isn't there a bottomless pit around here somewhere? And then I thought about that one pit that was burning up.
Mm-hmm.
Burning up.
Yeah, it's always if there's this hole.
The pit
Never-ending
fire.
There's always
what's it called? It's called like the portal of hell or something.
Think so, yeah. It's always on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I researched it. There's an urban legend about a bottomless pit in the Kittitas County.
Mm-hmm.
In
Who talked
Ellensburg.
about this first? Was it me or you?
I don't know.
Cause I remember saying something. Cause I remember when my teachers told me. Remember Mr. Rice?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's Mr. Rice that told me about this.
Mm-hmm.
I like Mr. Rice. He's just one ball teacher I had in middle school. He's pretty cool.
He was my ball teacher, too.
And you had him too.
You had a ball teacher too?
Yeah, he was
same
science
teacher.
Did I
teacher.
have a ball teacher? Let me think. No, I didn't have a ball teacher.
I had multiple ball teachers.
There's a lot of ball teachers.
He was a science teacher.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
I don't know if it's considered bald, but he would really cut his hair short.
Like my dad's hair.
Yeah,
Like that?
short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like
That
bald,
bald.
yeah.
I mean, he had a little bit up here.
I think if you have a buzz cut, you're bald. That's just. I don't know.
Nano, you would know
Yeah, I used to have a buzz cut.
from experience.
I used to have a buzz cut.
Okay, we're not gonna mention that.
We can mention it. It just really hurt me.
It just really traumatized you.
Yes.
Dang,
about it,
you were
Archie.
victimized by my dad.
He looked like a thumb.
How do you?
Shut
He made
up.
okay, so my hairline naturally is pretty good. Like it's a good shape. Like it's fine, right? I don't know how, but he made my hairline like a circle, like
Literally a
like a
straight.
half moon.
Cause it's like
It looked like a helmet.
It's like a boxed hairline, but somehow
It's like the most
he
yeah, it's like the hairline that everybody wants. And I don't cut my hair. I have long hair. And it's like the hairline, like it's a good hairline. Like it's not the best, obviously, cause like it's not cut, but like it's a good hairline.
Long story short, he made Nano's hairline look like it was a motorcycle helmet. Round.
Yeah.
So therefore he looked ugly in my eyes.
So on that note, let's go ahead and talk about Mel's Hole.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an urban legend, and it is about a bottomless pit in Ellensburg, Washington.
Mm-hmm. It's
A
about
little about this small town is that it is really a small town. It's it's small, but not that small. Like I've been to Forks, Washington, and that place only has one traffic signal light.
For real.
Yeah, there's only one in the middle of the town, and that's it.
tiny.
It is tiny, but it's not that tiny. Like Ellensburg is bigger than that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a small town. There's I kind of think of it like small town folk kind of people.
I think of Ellensburg. I think of a town that no one moves from.
Yeah, probably
I think of people that are born there and most stay there.
could be.
Like
And it's also a small college city.
yeah, you went there.
It's mostly populated when the school is going all throughout. And yeah, I did go to that university. Oh, there's a university there called Central Washington University, and that's one of the universities I had applied to when we first moved down here. And Julie also applied to it, and we got into it because it was closer to Yakima. So we're all like, oh, we can just drive there. And that's what we basically did. We just commuted every day to the university and back. It's fine. And then when it was like the snowy seasons, we would just take the bus, and the bus would like drive us with their chains and stuff. And I mean, nothing ever happened to us. We're still here. We're still here, so I mean, so nothing ever happened to us. And yeah, I mean, it's a small little town. They call it the Windy City because it's a lot of wind up there, right, guys? Every single time, and then every single time we want to go to this like little like lake pond around there,
it's so
called.
windy.
It's always so cold.
It's called the People's Pond.
That's what it's called.
It's
I never knew the lake. I never
The like Irene Park or
pond?
the Irene
Irene
Lake.
Lake or something.
I thought it was
Yeah.
a lake.
Oh well, it could
Maybe
be.
it is.
Yeah,
The water
I'm not
runs.
sure.
The
Oh, then
water
it's a
runs.
lake. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was a little body of water there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so every time we always go, it's always so windy, and I hate it.
Yeah, me too. It's always cold.
It's cold. Then you enter the water.
It's only cold because the wind.
Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
reason. You enter the water, you're all cold because it's like
You're
when
wet
you enter water, it's
and-
just wet. Like you're wet and cold.
Yeah.
Like normally when you just enter water, but
Yeah.
add the wind, you're really really cold.
Yeah. I don't get into the water because I don't know what's in there.
Last time we went, I didn't go to the water.
Last time I went, I don't think I went to the water.
I didn't
You
get in the
just
water.
stayed on.
I stopped going
My
into
dad-
the
Didn't
water.
you put your feet in the water?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Our dad, he likes bringing in the inflatable mattress to sleep. He likes sleeping out. Like we go
But
to
then-
we go to the parks and so he likes sleeping at the park.
But then Angie always like
Yeah, but
I would
Angie
steals
took it.
it.
Angie
Angie
took
always
it. Like,
steals it and sleeps on it.
cause
Yeah, because my dad doesn't use it.
he was gonna use it though.
Oh yeah, but then my dad's all like, "Can I use it?" I'm like, "Okay." Then we rotate. Then he's like, "Okay, you can go back on it." I'm like,
Me and Angie were just on there too, but like the mattress was deflating, no?
one time, who was it? It was like me, Turo.
Me, you, and Turito, no?
Turo was on there. Yeah.
It was like the three of us. And
The
we're just on
big-bodied
there.
ones.
Yeah, the big bodied ones. The buff one, the fat one, and Angie.
Just Angie.
Which one's Angie? I'm just kidding.
You're me.
Angie, I'm just
The buff
kidding.
one.
The buff one.
The buff one?
No, I'm
Okay.
kidding.
No, it's too little.
Okay. Alright then. Let's get back to the urban legend then. It's a little like town, like around it. I do know that there are like a bunch of like hiking trails and a bunch of like I guess like wildlife reserve places. But the thing is that when we say we live in Washington, we do not live like in the foresty area of Washington. And
We live in Eastern Washington.
yeah, and so no, we live in central.
I thought those
No,
were
we're in
Eastern.
central.
Is it not the same thing?
Eastern is like
No.
I thought it was the same thing.
Oh, we're in the central area. West is like, I think west is going towards.
I thought it
Julie.
was just
Oh,
divided.
so we are kind of like east central area.
Yeah, I thought it was just divided into like two, like the Puget
and
Sound
is
area
it in like
and then
North
Eastern.
Seattle?
No, well, I mean, there's like
Well,
there's
and
that
that's
spot
what it's like
in
northeast.
Seattle, and then we're in the middle,
Oh,
That's
and then there's
northwest.
some more over there towards
That's
kind of like
northwest,
towards like
yeah. Seattle's northwest.
Idaho-ish kind of Spokane maybe.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah. So we are kind of subdivided into like some regions,
Mhm.
but so we're like so we're not in like the foresty part.
Born in
And
desert.
when we first came, I thought I was going to come into the foresty part. I was super excited because I had just watched all the Twilight movies and I was so excited, thinking, oh, I'm going to come here and live my Twilight dream. I come to the most driest part in Washington. And
we live in a valley.
we live
get every
in...
season. When it gets
yeah.
hot, it's hot. When it's cold, it's cold.
Yeah, we're
sucks.
basically in a dry desert valley area.
Yeah.
So, I mean, kind of sucks.
think
I
one-
mean, we do get snow and everything,
Oh
but...
yeah, but like
But
it gets really hot.
not as moisty as I would prefer it.
When
But
I
it's also
first-
dry, yeah.
When we first come over here, all I knew that we were gonna get snow, and I was excited about that. That's all because I just wanted to see snow.
Yeah.
Cause
And now?
I was like a little like 6-year-old. You know, I was a little 6-year-old coming from California.
I've only got
All we knew was heat. Then we come over here and like, there's gonna be snow.
You would.
And then we came over here. We saw a little snow, but no, I didn't see snow. Everybody else saw snow. I think I was asleep. The little patch of snow that we saw.
Nano, meatball nano.
Yeah, meatball nano. Just kidding, nano. Anyways, that was the only year that we ever made a snowman, because after that we didn't make any more snowmans.
That
yeah.
suck to make, man.
Yeah, they do. There's so much work into it.
So much work.
So much work, yep.
And they always turn out so ugly.
Yeah.
They look
Yeah.
like Angie.
Yeah.
They're like you. They're all round. It's
Like you.
small and stubby. You're round.
You're small and stubby.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you're
You're small and stubby too.
No.
hey.
Back to the urban legend. So I'm glad that we established the area that we live in. So the area that we live in and where this little place is, or this urban legend supposedly comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so when this urban legend first came to be, attention was brought to it when a Mel Waters called a radio show called Coast to Coast AM and spoke with the host Art Bell. This is in February 21st, 1997. So this is actually the first year of the Gen Z babies.
Yeah, two of the Gen Z.
Yeah, first year Gen Z babies. Yeah.
Oh.
I think the end of Gen Z is like 2010, 2012.
It's like I thought it was like 2010.
2012.
I don't think Caesar's Gen Z.
Then what's the next generation after that?
Like Gen Alpha or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
Okay.
that.
All right. So Waters claimed that he owned a rural property 9 miles west of Ellensburg in Kittitas County that contained a mysterious hole. He claimed to have measured its depth using fishing line and a weight, although he still had not hit bottom by the time he had reached 80,000 feet of line that he had used. So he supposedly used that much line. And he did not reach, but that was all the line he had, and he didn't have any more, so he can continue measuring. So that was it. For those of you asking how he got the material to actually measure this hole, I have an answer to that. It's quite simple. The answer is that his wife was actually an employee at the local university, so at Central Washington University.
Oh, okay.
And she had gotten him the supplies for that. And I did not question that, because that university had like kind of like, it used to have monkeys there.
Well, we've been there.
It used to have like a whole like encounter for monkeys.
You guys-
enclosure for monkeys, huh?
You guys have like specimens in like.
I was too scared to touch like the sound and
Yeah,
everything.
they were like.
I touched this toad. I was scared, man.
Oh yeah, they had like like dried up, like, oh, not dried up. They were like preserved.
Yeah,
They were
that was
just
cool.
like.
Yeah.
I remember you
I
guys
remember
like showed
that was
me.
in my herpetology class.
I thought that was
I
cool.
remember you showed us. This was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, but I didn't want to touch them.
Yeah, they did have monkeys. I remember that.
I don't remember the monkeys.
Yeah, they had. Well, I mean, when I was there, they didn't have monkeys anymore, because they had by then they had already like removed them and shipped them off to Canada, but they did have the enclosure there.
I remember the enclosure. I don't remember any
Yeah.
monkeys.
But yeah.
Monkey.
It doesn't surprise me that they had materials to study that, because they also had like this like fish class. I don't know.
Didn't they have like actual fossils too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No.
Oh, probably. Oh yes. There's
a woolly mammoth.
Yeah, actually,
remember that.
fun fact.
I don't remember any woolly mammoth.
There was a mammoth that was found in Menastas Ridge. Yeah. So they found a woolly mammoth, and then they have it there.
It's crazy that
They also had,
university in a
like-
small town has that.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. It's
They
sick.
had like old like Native American like weapons too, and like.
I remember
yeah.
that. I remember that.
Yeah, it was actually I had an anthropology professor. He actually said that he was one of the people, or one of the one of the individuals that was there to like help dig up the
woolly mammoth?
That's
And
sick.
then there was like a documentary that Discovery had done about the mammoth, and then it was so funny because when they were introducing like the team from like Central or from here from Washington, they like started playing the banjos. That was so funny. We started laughing. Like he showed us a clip, and I just thought it was so hilarious. I was like,
The
wow.
banjo is funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Girl,
Yeah.
the banjo.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like the soundtrack, the score for that documentary, it was like regular music, and then like like a beat, like like
It's like
goofy kind of music.
Someone
And all of a
playing
sudden,
the spoons.
it's like a banjo playing. Yeah, when they introduced the Washington team, I'm like, bro, why do they think that Washington's all yee yee?
Full of hipsters and
Yeah, that was funny. I like that.
But yeah.
But yeah, I remember that.
So
Wait. I have something. Okay, off topic, kinda. But did you guys hear that scientists made, like, they replicated the woolly mammoth meat?
yeah,
Did
no,
they?
no,
Yeah,
someone.
but they made it into a meatball.
Oh yeah, but someone actually ate like woolly mammoth meat, like after like a frozen woolly mammoth.
They made it into a meatball.
Yeah, there's a big meatball.
They
Well,
made the woolly mammoth into a meatball. I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about. I don't even know if it's true. I think I've seen it in like Joe Rogan podcast or something.
that should be like illegal or something.
It's not illegal, because
I think it was the scientists themselves.
Yeah, scientists made actual scientists made it, but the one I'm talking about is like they discovered it, and like this is like according to the podcast, like Joe Rogan podcast. The food one of the foods that discovered it, they got too drunk, and then they like shaved a piece of the woolly mammoth and they ate it.
I'm pretty sure that's not.
I don't think
That
that's
should be illegal too.
I'm pretty sure
'cause
that's
they're-
illegal. I don't think that's illegal.
I'm- I like
think
that's
messing
gross.
with that.
But
they're just
I
messing
don't
with
think so, 'cause
evidence.
It's like
I think it's gross because
Cause like no,
Of how
do
long it's
something-
been.
Well, people eat meat that's really aged. Like they age it and they eat it. So I think it's like something like that.
Also, I feel like it should be illegal.
It probably is illegal. 'cause
Also, it's
probably,
like,
tampering with stuff.
what if there was like a really old bacteria in there that was dormant and he just ate it,
Blood was drunk. I
and
don't know.
it's in his and it's in his stomach now.
He was drunk. I don't know.
Isn't there
You know
like
about that?
Bro could literally be like Typhoid Mary part 2, you know?
Typhoid
like
Mary?
What is that?
You don't know who Typhoid Mary is?
No.
We need to have
That's funny.
typhoid fever. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's basically it's a cause. I don't know. It's a virus. It's a vibrio, I think. Oh no, it's a bacteria. Anyways, we should have a whole episode talking about it, dude.
We should. Haven't we
Basically, she was a carrier. So kind of like with COVID-19, some people did not show signs or symptoms, but they had it. She had it. She was a carrier, so she wasn't showing any signs or symptoms that she had this disease. And she was a cook, and it is transferred through like the fecal oral route. So she didn't wash her hands after she used the restroom, and everybody
Ew.
that she fed would get sick, and they would get typhoid fever. Many died, and then she was considered like a criminal, and she basically was banned for life for cooking. But she said, "You're not gonna stop me. I do what I want."
at least wash your hands,
And
Chris?
she kept on cooking, and
That's like the one thing you should do.
I don't know
Everybody
what
should
ended
know.
up-
Wash your hands.
what ended up happening to her after. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Typhoid Mary,
What-
like part
how-
2, like
Well, how'd she get it?
I don't know. She's
Does it like
she's
start
a
in her
carrier.
body?
Yeah, I mean, no, every one of us, like, we have like normal flora in us, like
I don't know
normal
what that
microbe.
is. Oh,
So
okay.
we in our stomach we basically have a bunch of bacteria in there that can help us like digest food and help us like get the nutrients we need, because we're basically like in a symbiotic relationship. Is it symbiotic?
Symbiotic is when we
It's
we
like
both
when a
benefit
parasite-
from
When you
it.
both, yes, so
Yeah, so we are.
No, yeah, so symbiotic. So we both benefit. So the bacteria has somewhere to be. We have something that helps us break down our food and gives nutrients.
Okay.
So sometimes when you take antibiotics, you mess up with that microbiota because you kill up all the bacteria. But the bacteria that stays there, that doesn't get killed off, it basically takes over. It says, "Oh wow, all this space for me," it takes over, and then that's how you get. Sometimes you can get some like C. diff infections, or you can get like E. coli infections. Like when you have some like food poisoning, it's because that food was infected with a different bacteria and it's fighting in your stomach for dominance. Or I don't think that was correct, but this sounded pretty cool, so I'm gonna stick with it.
That sounds pretty cool.
It sounded pretty cool, so I'm gonna stick with
pretty
that.
cool. I'm gonna say that.
Okay, wait.
But yeah, so basically, so she was just a carrier, so she just naturally had that bacteria in her.
Oh, okay.
And you probably might have like a Staph aureus in you, or an E. coli in you.
A staph infection?
Staph infection is when it gets like when it gets really bad. And then we also have like bacteria on our skins. We have like staph on our skins, and it just depends. Some people are susceptible to bacterial infections. That's why when you cut yourself, they say clean your wound off because you have bacteria around you in case it would become like an opportunistic bacteria and it goes in there and tries to give you
Maybe it looks like a bacteria.
an infection. You look like bacteria. You like
She
bacteria.
doesn't like
Shit in the
bacteria.
stomach.
You leave her alone. Okay.
Okay,
So now
continue.
that you have your little science lesson, back to the story.
I learned more from you than I learned in science class.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a smile, really.
Well, I mean,
Delete that we
That
Ryan
was your
Erica.
major, no?
this is kind of what I do.
That's your job.
It's kind of what I do for life.
Well, that's kind of what they do for life too.
That's so cool. I never realized that.
Girl.
Those lamps.
For real?
Yeah.
We bought them.
What'd you get them?
Me and Angie and Jessica and Trito.
I don't remember that.
We went camping. You remember?
I didn't go
Yeah,
camping.
yeah, we did. But we came back because there's too many mosquitoes.
That wasn't me. I didn't
you
go.
were there.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you were.
I didn't go.
That's funny.
It was just you guys.
And on
You
the
did.
stream.
I remember you
Okay.
there.
All right, guys. Now that we're done with our little science lesson, let's get back to this. I have no idea how we even got off to this tangent, but we're gonna go back to the actual
Holy
urban
mammoth
legend.
meatball. Okay, sorry.
Holy man.
We're still not over
It's
that.
a big meatball. It's just an extremely big
Really,
meatball.
I'm just. Okay.
Okay.
Continue, Erica.
Continue.
Okay. All right. So back to your little story. So Waters actually said that the hole was different. He noticed that many people would dump things in there, and it would just seem to never get filled up. He always thought that eventually it was gonna fill up, but it never did. Apart from that, some other bizarre occurrences that would happen was that he claimed that he would see a black beam coming from the hole.
Oh.
So I
Like
guess
beaming
it was
out?
like I guess it was like a warning, like ET phone home,
Oh.
A black beam,
black beam.
like how?
Like coming out or
maybe like out
no,
shooting out.
like a
how?
black beam. Yeah, would it be like a black light?
like straight pitch black or like a shadow?
When I think of beam, I think of like a light.
When I think of beam, it's like I think of like a beacon from Minecraft.
Okay.
Me too.
So like in my head, I'm like a beam. I'm thinking like a beam of light. So it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense
Yeah,
to hear black
so
beam.
it's a black light. Well, I mean, if anything,
Because a black light is just purple.
well, maybe,
Technically.
maybe he saw
Or
it
is it just, like-
faded,
Or maybe like a whole shadow.
Like a shadow. Like, or is it just like pitch black?
I think we're thinking too.
I think you're,
Mark-
you're thinking too hard into his light.
I'm
He
overthinking.
probably was in daylight, just seeing like a black like beam out, like,
Okay, I get it. I get it.
Okay,
and
yeah,
it's probably like
yeah.
an
An
opaque
ominous-
beam, so he can see through. Is that what opaque means?
Opaque
I
means
think
when it's
so.
like when it's no opaque means when it's like really like pigmented.
Well, so you can't see anything.
So sheer, you
maybe
mean?
it's like translucent.
Yeah, translucent
Alright.
I
sheer.
don't think you're right.
Okay.
Me?
Yeah.
I
don't
am.
think I'm right. I don't think I'm
I don't
right
sound
either.
right to me.
Well,
Okay.
you're ugly, so
You
continue.
look like-
I also don't spell that well either. So.
I don't.
Nano doesn't spell
I
about
don't
either.
spell. I use autocorrect a lot.
Okay. Me too. Sometimes I have to Google things. I'm like, how do we spell it? Google, and then Google tells me, and I'm like, cool. All right.
Google can't understand me sometimes.
That's so sad. You know what? I've actually had autocorrect not understanding either.
Me too. So I
I'm
try
like-
sounding it out quickly, sounding it out, and it's like no replacement found.
You know what's one word I
didn't
learned really
understand your
quick?
dialect.
What's one word I learned really quick because of this one teacher I've had? How to
What?
spell people.
P
Do you know how to spell
told me-
beautiful?
O P L E.
Do you know how to spell
It's-
because?
Yeah.
What about friends?
Because. Yeah, I know how to spell French.
What about
You know what? Torito, when he
There's
was
a-
smaller.
Johnny, our cousin Johnny, told me how to spell because. Because. He's like, oh, spell it like because. I'm like,
Fun fact: Torito, when he was smaller,
Mhm.
he wouldn't say because. He like shortened it to say puz.
what?
Yeah.
Puzz.
Puzz.
And then
What is
like,
that,
and then
puz?
like his teacher corrected him once. She's all like, "There's no puz, it's because." But he would always say that. He would be like,
Puz.
him and I were talking, or he would be playing. He'd be like, "Puz, puz, puz." I was like,
Wait, how
I
old
don't
was
even
he?
think. I don't even.
He was probably really young.
He was like, he was
Oh.
probably like what, like 6, 7.
Elementary?
Like, he was young. Yeah, he was like around that age. I don't even think
Puz,
he
puz.
remembers, but he would always say "puz," and I was just looking at him like, okay,
You're like, ugh.
yeah, yeah.
You're brown.
Yeah, basically, yeah, that's kind of what I would say. I was like, okay,
You're like,
Ew.
yeah.
It's like that sound on TikTok.
He would say, oh yeah,
I like apples and bananas.
Me
Me
too,
too,
bro,
bro.
me
Me too.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah, like-
I mean, I wouldn't correct him either. I was a kid myself. I'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right. You know,
What? That makes sense.
that makes sense. Plus, yeah.
Erica, like what? Like 2 years older.
She did the little hand sign. Puzz.
You're
So,
like tuvelo.
Tuvelo, period. Tuvelo.
You're probably edging him
real.
on. You're clapping every time he said puzz.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least he tried.
You know what he
Girl.
tried? Yeah.
Okay.
He
Continue.
tried to English. Kind of hard. So yes. So after seeing that black beam, he would also say that he saw that his neighbor actually had disposed of his dog there because the dog had passed. He said that not long after that he actually saw the dog running around, and he said that when he tried calling for the dog so it'd come to him, the dog wouldn't come to him.
Like running around like
Like if you see a dog from far
Especially?
away,
or like
Especially.
like
It
a
looked
dog
like a-
roaming around. It was just like walking
Remember when we
around.
went to that terreno that Jessica's mom had?
Yeah.
Imagine like also train running.
Yeah, but like if you called out the dog's name, why didn't it answer?
Because the dog's like stranger danger. You're not my owner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought.
The dog probably doesn't know him.
The neighbor's his owner. Yeah.
Oh wait, off topic. But how do you think the dog came out? Like was it just like beamed out, or was it
The
like,
black beam beamed
It crawled out.
I was thinking it crawled out.
From that hole.
Really ominous music. In my head, it's just really ominous
That's
music.
over 80,000 feet, Erica.
It. What if it like floated up?
Oh, you're right. For some
Erica.
reason I just assumed it was like a little cave going up, like
Girl,
you know.
no.
When
I
think
was
of a hole,
assuming you
It's a
can
straight-
like walk out.
I think it was just like a straight hole, just going straight down,
Yeah.
like a pit.
Like a
you know?
pit. It's a pit, Erica.
Oh, never thought of that.
That's why I'm like, how did it come out? Like, I just want to know.
Drank a Red Bull
We gave it wings.
and gave it
Gives
wings
you
and it
wings?
came out. Yeah.
Hey, the Snickers.
Mhm.
Brought him back to life.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but like, that's what I wondered.
Well, I have no idea.
I don't wonder-
That thought didn't think through my head. I was just reading this and I was thinking,
Cause
this is so. I was just reading this and thinking, yeah, it's so logical.
Girl,
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
I can see Bambi doing that.
Yeah. I'm like, this is scientifically proven some.
Scientific, and you're the scientist.
proven
I see a
some-
biology
some-
book right there.
I basically said yes, facts. This should become a theory now.
About that.
A
And fun
theory?
fact, yes, when people say, "Oh, I have a theory,"
I have a
that's not
hypothesis.
correct. They're supposed to say, I have a hypothesis, because a hypothesis is basically an educated guess.
Yes.
And then whenever there's an educated guess, there has to be another
Educated guess.
another educated guess that goes against it. So basically, you have 2 points, and you have to see, you have to, that's the whole point. You have to prove which one's right.
Which one makes more
And
sense
a
to
theory,
The dog floating up, or the dog.
and
climbing
theory,
out.
yeah, and the theory is like basically something set into law because it's always proven right.
Uh-huh.
So whenever people say I have a theory, they don't have a theory; they have a hypothesis.
The theory, no, the hypothesis.
Every time I
of
think-
whether
every time I
it
hear
called
someone
out or
say
Like,
a
like the
hypothesis-
Big Bang Theory.
Every time I hear someone say hypothesis, I think of that one show on
that
PBS
dinosaur
Kids.
train.
Is it Dinosaur Train? It is
Yeah,
Dinosaur Train. The pterodactyl.
Dinosaur
You don't
Train?
remember? We would always
No,
watch
I
it.
never
It's
saw
the
that.
pterodactyl family, and then the little T-Rex.
Because they adopted it, and
Was-
the T-Rex
it
like,
was-
I have a hypothesis.
It's cause the T-Rex. Well, the T-Rex
That
was
little
in.
T-Rex and me would be the best friends.
The T-Rex is in.
I know. I was like,
The only reason they adopted it because the T-Rex was in its nest. It's like you're mine now, I guess.
yeah. So it's like pterodactyls and like all the eggs.
Like the
hatched.
ugly duckling.
And then like the T-Rex
What
came out
in
and they
the-
didn't question it. They're like, okay, I
And
think
the
his name's
thing
Makes
Buddy.
sense.
It kinda-
Is it? I forgot. I
Buddy,
don't know.
Shiny,
You
and
know
Dawn.
what?
Oh, it is.
Wait, no.
Wait, no. Dawn was.
Tiny, Shiny, and Dawn, and then it was Buddy the T-Rex. Tiny, Shiny, Dawn.
Bro, you know what that reminds me of?
What?
Like of a peacock. Oh no, wait, not peacock.
I said it right to the ugly
A
duckling.
woodpecker. I did a woodpecker. There's this one species of bird that lays their eggs on somebody else's nest, and then when that bird then when that bird hatches, the other birds think it's theirs because it's their nest and it's their eggs around there. But then that bird drops all the other eggs, so then those birds are stuck raising somebody else's son.
I thought that.
And that reminds me so much like
Dead
that.
kids. Oh
From what I remember, it's either the
Foster
bird
care.
kills the
Like,
eggs previously in the.
Whose child is that?
Whose what baby is that?
This is your son. What you mean?
Based from the island of Caucasus.
And like the birds look so different. But like the other birds are all like they came out of the eggs.
Yes, yeah,
So it's
like
kinda sad.
it's basically like this big bird because the bird's big. It's a
I
big.
think it's like a crow.
and then it's like
Oh,
it's like
is that
little
one invasive
birds.
species? Isn't
No.
that one like British bird that's
I
like
have
invasive?
I think Julie
It's
knows the
like-
name of
it's
that
some-
bird. I need to like Google that and I'll let you guys
Does
know.
that mean we have to kill it if it's invasive?
If it's invasive, oh yeah, like here I know that bullfrogs are invasive, so they did say in my herpetology class
Yeah.
to kill it if you see a bullfrog.
How do I kill? I don't want to kill
Stomp
a
it?
bullfrog.
They said that yeah, you basically like you have to grab it by its hind legs and just
Oh, okay.
on the
Can
floor.
you
So
just stomp it?
you have to like hit its head.
Isn't that like supposedly the
I
most
guess,
humane
yeah.
way to kill it too?
I know a way, like a humane way to kill it.
Or yeah, like
squid.
get a stick and just hit its head. Go, "Bah."
You know, the humane way to kill like a squid or like a calamari is like you karate chop it.
Yeah.
It's like you're supposed to get like the head and the body, and one going just like, bah, and,
And
then
then
turn
turns
white.
white.
And like you do it again to make sure.
Oh, that's so sad.
I think it's sad.
Because I don't think you
with
feel.
the
I don't think they
bullfrog.
feel
I don't-
it.
I don't like
like the
watching
humane
those videos.
way is the way like the safest way, like them not to feel it.
Yeah. Also,
Like with fish,
There
you're supposed to
is,
like stab them like hella like I'm gonna
there's
say
a-
really quick.
there's a worm that's also an invasive species. The bullworm. The hammerhead worm.
Oh, I think I called
Heard of
bull.
Oh, worm. Why did I think of that worm from SpongeBob?
Oh my god.
When
No,
you
I
said
said
bull
no,
worm?
no.
Wait, isn't that what it's called? Like,
I think I think that is what it was. Like, ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
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 That's me.
Ow. Ow.
Stop.
Okay.
No, but it's like
my brother.
it's like a hammerhead shark. You know, it's a worm and then has like a hammer head.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
They're
on TikTok.
invasive because they eat each other. They're cannibalistic. Their slime is
I
like
thought everywhere was coming
toxic. It's toxic for plants, the dirt, and for other worms, and they kill the earthworms, and the earthworms help our plants and stuff like that. So they're invasive species because there's a lot
No,
of them.
Angie used to
stuff.
touch worms.
I still do.
Period.
I would always hate that. I'm like,
I'm be like,
cause so me and Angie went to elementary for like how many years together?
I forgot.
But she's 2 years older than me. But the time that we were there, sometimes we would have the same recess, right?
Yes.
And I go to Angie. I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm touching a worm." I'm like,
It's in my hand. I'm
Like, I have it. Look, you should hold it. I'm like, no.
like worm. They're cute.
All right, guys. So that's it for this part. We're gonna split it up in two.
Yep.
It's kind of long,
Pretty
but
long.
if you guys want to hear the rest of it, tune in next week for part 2. And that's it for today, right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Till
Bye.
next time.
Bye.
Till next time. Bye.